I've got 99 problems for you, bye bye bye. Hold up, if you wanna go and take a ride with me, baby, one more time. Right, let's just get into the video. I need to stop with my life.
She just wants to be beautiful, she goes.
Hello beautiful humans, my name is Paige and welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I just got distracted by a flock of birds outside my window. My name is Paige. If you are new here, thank you so much for being here. It's so nice to see you and I hope you're doing very, very well. Now today I want to talk about something called body integrity identity disorder, and I'm pretty much going to get straight into this video because I don't want it to be too rambly. However, I do need your guys' help. This video itself is almost like a preliminary video to a series that I want to do on my channel, but I really need your guys' help for that. So please stick around to the end. That is when I'm going to be divulging what you guys can do to really help me out. Now, as I said at the start of this video, body integrity identity disorder, BIID, is something I have recently stumbled across, and I don't know how to feel about it. Let me explain. BIID is a condition in which a person feels that they were born into the wrong body. The individual was born completely and utterly healthy. However, they feel like they should have been born disabled. So I came across BIID about a week ago and I found a video with a girl called Jewel Shopping. I think that's how you say her surname. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Now, Jewel was born completely healthy. However, since she was a little girl, she felt like something was missing, like something was wrong. And that thing was that she felt she needed to be blind.
For most people, going blind would be a nightmare. But for Jewel Shopping, it was the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. 9 years ago, Jewel took the drastic decision to blind herself.
In the moment, all I could think of was, I'm going blind. When I woke up the following day, I was joyful.
She says in the video that her mum used to say to her if she would stare at the sun for too long, then she would go blind. And that appealed to her in some way. That felt natural to her in some way. So she would sit and she would stare at the sun for hours in the hope that she would go blind. Jewel felt so strongly about the fact that she was meant to be born blind that in fact she poured drain cleaner into her eyes to make herself permanently blind. I was shocked when I saw this and my first instinct was outrage. I was furious. I had so many questions in my head. I couldn't even think logically. I was just so offended. What are you doing? You are wasting the most precious opportunities that you have. I felt, as a disabled person who was born with their disability, how dare she take for granted the fact that she can see? I didn't understand at all how somebody could be so selfish to think that, and I was really angry. I was also incredibly confused. I like to think that I'm an open-minded person, but I just couldn't wrap my head around the fact that this girl poured drain cleaner into her eyeballs, which must have just been horrifically painful, to make herself blind. I was so baffled by this that I thought I should do my own research. I typed BIID into Google and I found out that BIID wasn't just people feeling that they need to be blind, but it was a whole different array of disabilities. One most commonly, a person wanting to be an amputee, feeling like part of their body wasn't meant to be there. And I stumbled across another video about a guy called Nick O'Halloran, and Nick's story was the one that really spurred me on to make this video. He was talking about how he didn't feel himself. He didn't feel the person that he was meant to be with two legs. And although he hadn't taken such a drastic step as Jewel had to actually permanently disable himself, he would almost roleplay with the idea of being an amputee, and he would tuck his leg behind him, he would put, I think it was a sock over it, and he would live his life in his house as an amputee. And I could see in him those same feelings that I'd had through different experiences in my life of not knowing who you were, or knowing who you were meant to be but not knowing how to get there, not knowing how to find peace with it in yourself, and not seeing an end goal to be happy. And the freedom that he expressed and the acceptance with himself that he expressed when he was an amputee, I was all of a sudden so confused because there was still this part of me that was so genuinely offended and genuinely hurt that people would take something like their mobility or their eyesight for granted, when for so many years me and my other friends have gone through points of our life where that is all we wanted. All I've wanted at some points in my life is to be able to walk down the street. And this guy was saying no, he wanted to be in a wheelchair, he wanted to be on crutches. But at the same time, in front of me, I had a guy who was clearly so unhappy. And I have been to that place and I know how soul destroying that is. And I couldn't help but feel empathy, and I felt sadness that he was in this situation. It threw me off completely because it challenged everything I believed in and everything I knew about and my own beliefs. But I've realized it's so much more than that. It's not just somebody wanting to be disabled. There is so much more going on, and some of which I can identify with. I know very, very little about this condition. All that I've said is just my own personal initial thoughts on the cases that I've seen. I know nothing about the medical side of it. I know nothing about whether it's an imbalance in the brain, whether it's classed as a mental illness. I don't know. And I'm aware that there is a lot more to a condition than just what meets the eye. But that is where you guys come in. I want to speak to someone with BIID. I want to understand this because, as I've said, I don't know how to feel. I don't know whether I should feel angry and disrespected or sympathize. I don't understand the condition. And how am I meant to make a rational decision on how I feel about it if I don't understand it? You can't comprehend something you don't know. So I really, really want to speak to somebody with BIID. I don't want to shame you. I don't want to judge you. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to understand where you're coming from, because as someone whose life has been consumed at times by disability, it is hard for me to understand that. I don't understand why you would want to put yourself in that situation, but I'm willing to learn, and this fascinates me. I'm absolutely fascinated about BIID and the condition, and I just want to learn. I just want to learn, and I want to do a video where I sit down either face to face or over Skype and we talk about it. I want you to tell me your story, and I want to listen and I want to learn, and I think it will be so good to get that sort of content out there. I really hope that I'm able to give somebody a platform to voice their experiences so people can see and they can understand, and it's by understanding that we break down prejudice. So if you're watching this and you have BIID, then please get in contact with me. I'll leave my email address down below. I'll also put it up on the screen now. I would love to speak to you. If you know someone who has BIID, let me know. I don't want to make them feel bad for how they feel. I just want to raise awareness. I think that's all it is. It's a lack of understanding, and I've spoken before about how when people don't understand, they're scared and they run away. All we need to do is learn about each other and see life from different perspectives. Please, 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 if you know anyone who has it, if you have it yourself, then do get in contact. I hope I haven't offended anyone by saying what I've said. There has got to be so many more other factors to this than someone just wanting to chop their leg off or make themselves blind, and I am not naive to that fact, and I don't want this to come across as me just saying, ah, it's fucking bullshit, la 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 la. I do understand that, and I don't want to offend anyone. It's not just BIID I want to do. There are so many other things that I've come across that I just don't understand, that I may feel a bit awkward about. For example, people who are feeders. I don't get that. I don't get that as a lifestyle choice. I'm a bigger person and I don't understand what you get out of that. But again, I find it fascinating and I want to learn. So I do really want to make this into a little mini series on my channel, but I do need your guys' help to get it started. So guys, that is the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, do give me a thumbs up to let me know. And also let me know that you like this idea of interviewing people and finding out more about different ways of life and different conditions that we might not know about and we might not understand, but we may be able to learn through these people who have it. And if you haven't and you would like to, then why not subscribe, because I post new videos every week and it would be very lovely to see you around here sometime. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember, I have been me, so please always be your fabulous self, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye!